Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Whaley here from Trade Maestro, and today we had a extremely bearish day in the financial markets as the markets are reacting to information that came out from the Federal Reserve, which was not really unexpected, was it? But maybe people are realizing things aren't as good as they thought. Now, the question is, what does that mean for crypto? Are we going to continue to see the big crypto bears, or could this be the thing that actually ignites the crypto market and gets things running again in the right direction? Find out in this market update for August 27th, 2022. Let's go. Hello, everybody. It's Jeremy Whaley here from Trade Maestro. I hope you're doing fantastic today. If you've not checked us out over at trademaestro.com, go ahead and get yourself over there and check us out and see what's going on. I'm recording this on Friday, August 26th at the end of the day. So this is for tomorrow, August 27th, as we get into the weekend of some crypto trading. And stock market was down huge today. I'm going to share that briefly here, even though we're not going to talk too much about the stock market. But if you can look in here, you can see that big red candle. I'll get rid of all these lines so you can see that. And the Dow Jones Industrial ended up 1,000 points down. Boom, boom, boom. And volume starting to come back in too, finally, which is great as well. NASDAQ was down big. S&P is down big. NASDAQ's down almost 4% today. And we did see that also trickle over into the crypto market. Now, the reason I'm doing this update and the reason I want to talk about it is because I've been predicting for the last several weeks now that we're starting to see the bottom coming into the crypto markets. And I'm not necessarily changing my forecast on that. That's what I want to talk about in this update. So if you've been watching, if you haven't been watching, this might be new to you, but if you've been watching my updates up until now, then you know that maybe about 3 weeks ago, I came out and started saying that we were very close to the bottom for the crypto markets. This is Bitcoin that you're looking at right here. I did start doing some trade setups. That was at the end of July, beginning of August. Really, for the most part, those have not triggered. So we're still sitting here building the base. We're still putting in that new foundation. But notice the difference that's coming in here. We've got a solid support here with 1, 2, 3 touches on right just under 20,000 on Bitcoin, and we're coming back down to test that again. This is really critical. In fact, it's so critical, I'm going to be so bold to say right now, the next 2 or 3 weeks probably will tell us if crypto's about to get a boost of energy and we're going to see this thing start to take off again, or if crypto is going to notch down and we're going to see some new lows put in for Bitcoin and whatnot. If we do see a new bottom coming in for Bitcoin, if we drop below this support level here that's right around between 19 and 20,000, then what you'll see is your next target will be down here around 12,000. Now, I don't think 12,000 is going to be there. Maybe we will. I don't know. That's not my forecast. I'm not expecting that, but it's certainly on the radar. It's a possibility. What I think is going to happen is I expect that we're going to see this thing continue to sell off into those previous support levels right here, right around 20,000. You might see it down in the mid 19,000 or even in the mid 18,000s. Before it finally is done here. And the question is really, how long is that going to take? Will it be able to build that support? And if and when it does that, the next thing that you will see is you will see it rally to the same pivot area that we just put in here, right around 24,500. And then the magic question comes in, and that is, will we break out? And if we break out, then the first next target here is going to be about 30,500, and then we'll start to build the next targets along the way. This should, I expect, there's no guarantees, there's never guarantees in the market, but I expect this will start to take real shape over the next 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. And we'll know one way or the other. If it drops below support, if it keeps falling, 12,000 is your next target. If it starts to put this bottom in, then it can really rally out of here. And ultimately, I think you're looking at return to recent highs in the 60,000 range and whatnot for Bitcoin. So there's definitely some good upside potential here, and there's a lot to be discussed and a lot of opportunity. Let's come over and take a look at Ethereum really fast here. And what you should be seeing on the chart now is Ethereum. This is the only one that I set up a couple weeks ago, or I guess a month ago now, that actually triggered the trade. And we got into the trade, and it has not stopped out, but we are back down to our support levels in here, which are just right around I kind of have a zone drawn in here. It's between roughly 1350 and 1450 in terms of where the bottom is for Ethereum. You'll notice that Ethereum broke out. I mean, it solidly broke out of the resistance, and it started this trade, and then it's come back down. It's testing it from the top. That's another reason I think we're going to see this thing really test the support level. And then hopefully what we'll see is we'll see it break out. And at that moment, if it can go ahead and start putting some new higher highs in, then that's probably the last confirmation we need that it's time to move back into crypto markets. We are oversold here, so it really won't take a lot. You just touch that support level there, put a little bit of base and bounce, and your oversold reading will turn up, and that will give us a confirmation. And so we've really got a lot on the table. I mean, we're really at a really great spot. I know a lot of people are still freaking out. A lot of people have turned their back on crypto and said it's not going to have a future here. I think it's quite the opposite. And what I want to kind of discuss is, as the Federal Reserve is doing their thing, as the weakness of the traditional markets, the central banking markets, as the weakness of that financial system starts to really get exposed, and people are starting to see it for what it really is now. As that happens, I think we're actually going to see the opposite. I think we're going to see a renewed interest in cryptocurrencies, and I think you're going to see money start to flood back in over here. So that's what I'm looking for. It's what I'm hoping for, and I know that's what you're hoping for as well. Really quick here, let's look on a couple of others. Let's look at XRP really quick. XRP is doing the same. It's putting in a bottom. This looks like a bottoming pattern. I've already done a trade setup on this a couple weeks ago. If we trigger that trade, then I'll come back and I'll do that. But the bottom for XRP is right around 32 cents. And unless we start dropping below that support level there, in which case the next target would be 25 cents. But unless we really start closing below that support level, I think this is the beginning of the accumulation where we're starting to build and accumulate new positions. I'm very optimistic about crypto right now, and that's a big change from where I was about 2 or 3 months ago, if you guys were tracking me back then. Let's take a look at Stellar Lumens really fast. This is XLM. Same thing. Look at the bottom that it's putting in. This one's right around 10 cents that it's put that in. It's come back down. It's starting to test that one today. I do think that 10-cent mark is going to hold. If you've been looking for an opportunity to get some more XLM, this is probably a really good time to start considering that, because for those of you who like to try to buy at the bottom, I don't know that you're going to see much lower than 10 cents on XLM again. This is definitely looking like it's building an accumulation. Speaking of which, let me give you a quick, I can't remember if I've done this before, so let me give you a quick little lesson in market cycles. The market really moves in 3 cycles, and if you're not familiar with these, I'm going to lay them out for you really fast. One is called the accumulation period, and that's going to happen at the bottom of the market when the news is the most bearish. When people are looking at this and they're giving up and they're saying, no, there's no way, this is a horrible trade, don't get into this. That's when the informed traders, the people who have a good idea what's going on, that's when they start buying into the market. And eventually, it breaks out, and when it does, it initiates a season or a phase of the market that we refer to in here as public participation. This is what you saw in 2020 whenever the market was driving so quickly and we made such higher highs and whatnot. So it's public participation. During the public participation, understand what's happening is the public is flooding into the market and they're putting money in, and that's driving it from point A to point B. And then finally we get up here to the top and we get into what's known as a distribution period. And this is when the informed traders, the very people who started to move down here, this is when they start to close their positions and take their profit. And of course, the people that are buying from them are still the public. And so the public usually is pretty late to the party. Well, let me say that differently. The public, the uninformed public, are the ones that are buying at the top. They're selling at the bottom and buying at the top. This is the cycle of how the market works. And we've been through this. We've already gone through this cycle for the crypto markets. We haven't done it for the stock market yet, but we've done it for crypto. And so I'll just kind of highlight it for you here. We had the 2020 rally, 2021. And this was actually a bubble that we had. There's all that euphoria. Came back down. Here was a new distribution period. There's your bearish public participation to the downside. Now we're getting into that accumulation period. Okay? We're accumulating right now. I see it happening, okay? And this is happening across all the cryptos for the most part. Let's come back over to Bitcoin. I'll show it to you in Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, we distributed up here back in around the 60,000, 65,000 range. This was back in 2021. And that was the distribution period right up there at the top, okay? Wow, my pen just did not even kind of draw what my brain was thinking. That's your distribution period. Then we got into this public participation period, and it's been driving down. That's a bearish public participation, by the way, where you drive to the downside. And now we're getting into what I believe is going to be our accumulation period. It looks like, and I'm not ready to dump all the family jewels into this yet, but it looks like we are there. We're building that base. So I hope this is encouraging for you. I know a lot of you have been very discouraged about crypto. If you've not taken my 7-day crypto challenge, then it's probably a really good time to consider taking that challenge, because some of you have been sitting on the sidelines just waiting to see if crypto is even going to be a real market anymore. I still believe very much in the crypto markets. I think we're through the worst of it here, and this is the time to start learning it and get prepared, because this very well may be where the majority of assets go as the stock market starts to crash here over the next 2 or 3 months. Just for the record, in case you're not familiar with how the markets work, September and October are historically the most bearish markets of the year for the equity markets. And so I think the next 2 months are going to be really, really telling, both for the traditional equity markets and also what happens here for the crypto markets. So there's my market update for you. Hope you guys find this helpful. I may do another one Monday morning. We'll see what happens over the weekend here, but certainly by Wednesday, I'll do another midweek update for you and try to keep you informed about what's going on. So with that in mind, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you've not done so already. Get subscribed here on YouTube, or if you're watching on Facebook or whatever, depending on where this is getting shared and pushed out. Be sure to subscribe here so you can get all the updates and keep up to date with everything that is going on. Again, check out the description below and take my 7-day crypto challenge if you've not done that yet. Most people have no idea how to choose a crypto. Most people do it based on people's recommendations, or they jump in based on whatever, but they get in for the wrong reasons. And so what you're going to learn in this 7-day crypto challenge is the right way to choose a trade, when to get into the trade, how to manage your risk, and on and on. And guess what? It's free. So you have nothing to lose. I mean, you watch 7 videos. Okay, whoop-de-doo. You watch 7 videos. You probably have already done that today. I mean, with YouTube, that's pretty easy, right? So go sign up for my 7-day crypto challenge and check that out so you can take your crypto trading to the next level. All right. Again, thanks for watching. Hope this has been helpful. Until next time, happy trading to all of you, and we'll talk to you soon.